of course, it's nice to get the likes, the shares, the subscribes, but you don't have to become a carbon copy of your teacher. Do you know what I mean? You take the things the teacher teach you and add it to what you have and be the best you.
Yeah. Stop me. Stop me.
It's Reggie again, and welcome to Mondays with Reggie. Yes, today is going to be a discussion of kind of where I've been lately and just some of the thoughts. I think personally for me, Mondays with Reggie was always about speaking about how I was doing life, things I was seeing in the world, and just things that I'm passionate about or things that I'm interested in, right? Lately, I feel like I've hit a creative block. So for all the creative people out there, you know, when you hit a creative block, that means you can think, or you're thinking, okay, what am I going with this? What am I going with this? What's my creativity saying and all that kind of stuff. So I hit this creativity block. And yeah, in this block, I was actually thinking, okay, how does my creativity look like? What is my creativity? And over the past week, we had the pleasure, myself and daughter's house, Miss Chanel's herself, we had the pleasure of meeting one of the creative guys we love watching. His name is Believe in Fatherhood. So he came from the States to the UK and just had an opportunity to meet him and speak with him. And from speaking to him, he said something very interesting. And weirdly enough, I think my youth pastor Andrew, also amplified on such. And we were just talking, he was just kind of speaking to, I was asking him questions like, hey, why you not? Because he used to rap, he was a rapper, but he stopped being a hip hop artist to become like a full-time blogger to be with his family because he's a a dad, stay-at-home dad. There we go. So yeah, so he vlogs and he has an amazing channel. Check it out. So we're just kind of talking about creativity and things like that. And he just said to me, yo, with your creativity, it's your own thing. It's you, and you have to be sincerely honest. And we're just kind of talking about vulnerability and things like that. How does that even look like? And we're just talking, okay, how do you become transparent in your creativity? And I realized, hold on, I hit a block because I was thinking, okay, how is this going? Is it successful? Now I stopped and I asked myself, what is success? How do I measure success as a creative person? And I realized that success is not, for me anyway, as a Christian, I shouldn't, and I don't measure success how the world views success. So for me personally, I'm not driven by money. Of course I know we all need money. Of course I need money, but I'm not driven by money. I think for me, most of my legacy is, okay, what do I leave the generation behind me with? What do I leave them with in terms of my wisdom, in terms of the things I do in this world? What do I leave the younger generation with, and how do they move forward with that? And I was thinking, okay, in terms of success, in terms of my creativity and success, how have I viewed that? And I realized that a lot of us have this common thing of success may be, of course, it's nice to get the likes, the shares, the subscribes, but I realized, no, success is not about that. For me, success should be defined on God's will for me in my life. What is God saying? What does God want me to do? For creative people, our biggest thing is try to fit in somebody else's creative shoe. You know what I mean? To try and be, let's say, to try and do something the way somebody else does it. You know what I mean? Sometimes when we're not careful as creative people, we lose ourselves. We lose our identities. What actually makes Reggie, what actually makes Daughter's house. You know what I mean? Sometimes we lose ourselves in terms of how we do things because we're very kind of oh, it's not like this. I want it to be like this. And it's no. And of course, we should be inspired and motivated by a lot of I look up to some dope people out there. I look up to people like Joseph, he does something similar. That's Joseph Solomon, Believe. Quite a few people around me that do things like this. So I don't try to exclude myself because always, I think, as a teachable person, as a teacher, I've always said, teacher being one of my identities, I always have to learn to be a student. If you're going to be a good teacher, you have to learn to be a good student. So by being a good student, the student doesn't necessarily, you don't have to become a carbon copy of your teacher. You know what I mean? You take the things the teacher teach you and add it to what you have and be the best you. So realizing creativity for creative people, and I believe we're all creative. Like that's just my thought on things. I think we're all creative. All I'm trying to say is let's aim to be the best us. How does that look like in the way you do things, in your creativity, in your passions? Just be the best you, because no one can be. You can't be. No one can be you. Do you know what I mean? No one can be another you. Like if we were to scan my DNA now and scan Shanaz's behind the camera here, you see that our DNAs will be different. You know what I mean? So I think just being the best you. Over the last couple of weeks, since the last video, been doing a lot in terms of creatively, but also attending things that brought my mind back to reality. So I've been going to things like funerals. Like I've not even been able to even post things on my Instagram. It's like, yeah, like I really want to express something by saying, oh, I'm really battling myself. I think I've been in this creative battle in my mind, and it's like, no, let me just. Sometimes it's okay to say things, and it's. Yeah, I think sometimes personally, I sometimes overthink of how it comes out. And I've always said to people, it doesn't matter how it comes out, it can be messy. But so far as it comes out, there's always grace, you know what I mean, to handle how it comes out, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about messy in terms of probably swearing or anything, not like that, not in terms of that messy, but you're probably like, sometimes we always want to be politically correct. And I think we need to get rid of that. We need to stop being politically correct. You don't have to be. And one thing I always tell myself, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what I mean? So I know there's a lot of you creative people out there. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear you guys, like, how do you guys define success? What is success to you? What are you good at? So yeah, that's all I have for this week. This has been something that's been on my heart. That's what I've been going through. So let me know about you guys. How have you been? Like, how are you doing? I think it'll be good, man. Like, even speak to your friends about this. Like, I mean, I'm a firm advocate of speaking out. Do you know what I mean? Not keeping things in. Do you know what I mean? It helps you mentally. I mean, just speak out and just let people know how you're doing. So yeah, that's me, guys. Peace.
Stop me. Stop me. Stop me.